Why is no one talking about LinkedIn? And look, I know LinkedIn probably sounds for you like Facebook, but for people who want to find a job. And I kind of had the same opinion about it. But 2 years ago, I was hired for a job where one of my main focuses is LinkedIn and how to help other employees to become better and more active on LinkedIn. It actually completely changed my understanding of this platform, and right now I think that LinkedIn is one of the most wholesome platforms for professionals, for entrepreneurs, for employees that is basically out there. In today's video, I want to give you like an overview of LinkedIn, so why you should consider making LinkedIn to one of your social media platforms. We will talk about some tips and tricks on how to start straight ahead and what makes LinkedIn so special in comparison to other social media platforms. So grab your water, grab your tea or anything, and let's start. Let's start with some basics. LinkedIn is probably the most popular and well-known platform for professionals out there. And I think that this year they have already more than 1 billion users worldwide. This is definitely a platform that you can't oversee. It's not a social media network in the same sense as like Instagram or TikTok. Has a big focus on professionalism. So it means that you can use LinkedIn as a digital business card. So you can put your background information there, your education, your jobs, and this is why LinkedIn is also used by headhunters. So if you are looking for a job, you can utilize the job search tool that LinkedIn has. But also by being active on the platform, you can be found through the headhunters. I know that a lot of people think that LinkedIn is for more like mid-aged people. But as a student, it is a perfect opportunity to find job. I found my job through LinkedIn back then because I used this like search engine for jobs that LinkedIn has. And since I was on the platform, I got various invitation for jobs interviews, job offers, and just imagine then that with only being active on the platform, you already get a lot of attention from headhunters who can potentially see you as their candidate. This is definitely one of the biggest life hacks. Do not look at LinkedIn as a platform for older people, but use it since you are like young, because you can really build your presence there, your professional presence there, and this will help you to be seen and to get more opportunities. You can connect with other experts in your field. For example, through LinkedIn, I have found Miruna, who is the co-founder of Creators Community Munich. You can be invited to different events. Through LinkedIn, I found some person who is in like networking sphere, and he has already invited me to 3 different networking events. So LinkedIn is actually the platform that connects different professionals. Of course, you can also, as I said, find jobs. You can share your expertise, maybe become a speaker on some events, or be invited to podcasts. So basically scale your brand. Now that you know what LinkedIn kind of is, let's talk about why is LinkedIn so much different as other platforms. First of all, LinkedIn has a, like how I like to call it, peer-to-peer algorithm. Your feed basically consists of 2 things. Firstly, you see the posts of people who you follow on LinkedIn, and secondly, you see how these people interact with other LinkedIn users. For example, if Chris is following me, I give a like to the post of Miruna, then Chris will also see it in his own feed. He doesn't just see the notification, but he actually sees the whole post of Miruna. And if he finds Miruna's post interesting, relevant for him, then he can go on her profile and follow her. This is how LinkedIn works, and this is why it is so important to be active on this platform, not just by writing your own posts, but also by interacting with other posts, because it's like give and take. If you interact with other people, they interact with you, and then their community can actually see you. This is what is called networks effect. Secondly, LinkedIn definitely has a way different balance between professional and personal. If you go on LinkedIn, you actually expect people to behave professionally, to talk about their jobs, to talk about work-life balance, to talk about their expertise. And people who follow you there are a lot of your colleagues, maybe some people from your university. Of course, It's not the same type of content that you put out there as you do on Instagram, where like you are followed by your friends and a bunch of other people. Finally, LinkedIn is driven by high value content. This is the content that showcases your expertise, that is relevant for your community, that gives value to your community, and this is content that requires the most of the time. It's not the same as to make a 15 seconds TikTok video where you are dancing. It definitely requires way more resources and planning, but also it is way more rewarding. If you want to go on LinkedIn, then you definitely need to be ready to put high quality, valuable content out there. So if you stick to this video, then now you're probably asking yourself, how can I start right now? And I have some tips that are super basic, super easy, that will require just for you to open LinkedIn. So this is why I want to share them with you. Firstly, you need to create an account, and it is super easy on every single platform because all of them kind of guides you through the process, and LinkedIn will always tell you that you need to fill in like this field, or you need to add a photo. Just follow what LinkedIn is recommending you. Just fill in every single necessary space and think about it that way. If a person goes on your profile, will they find relevant, up-to-date information about yourself or not? Secondly, connect with people who you know from work, from uni, maybe from some specific movements or groups. So with so-called first-grade contacts. And LinkedIn will actually help you with it. When I put my university LMU Munich, then LinkedIn will show me other people from the same faculty or the same year that also have LMU in their profile. So this is how LinkedIn helps you to find first contacts. Just make sure that you go through like all of these LinkedIn suggestions and think of some people who definitely know you and who you know and connect with them. Finally, decide on your goal. I understand that not everyone wants to write posts, not everyone wants to make photos, not everyone wants to be active, and it's completely fine. If your goal is simply to create this type of like a digital business card where you can just connect with your colleagues and maybe you can share some updates with them, and that's it, that's your goal, then you do not need to create a social media strategy around it. If you want to go one step further, and if you have some specific goals, maybe you want to become a famous expert in your field, then utilize LinkedIn. Post actively, but also interact with other people's profiles, because this is what the LinkedIn algorithm favors. And if you want to do that, then think of it as of any other social media network where you need to create some kind of a strategy. So how often you post, which types of content do you post, how do you align it with your personal brand. And again, I guess I'm already talking about branding like every single video, but I have a couple of videos on this topic, so definitely check it out. That was it for today's video. When you are ready for even more tips and tricks around social media content creation, monetization, then definitely make sure that you follow my content newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to follow my channel. I am very glad that I am slowly gaining on followers, and on YouTube this is actually way more difficult than on other social media platforms, so this is why I'm so happy. And also this is the last time when you see me in this like space, because I am moving out the next week. Maybe I will skip the video in the week depending on how much things I need to manage in this time, but yeah, we will just say goodbye to this flat. And I've been living in this flat for the last 2 years, and it's the first time in Munich when I actually felt like at home. So I have a lot of really good memories here, but it's time for the next step. And thanks for watching this video. As usually, we will see each other in the next one. Bye.